Hey folks, today a very cool video, somewhat different, talking about the new features announced on November 6th, Monday at OpenAI's Dev Day. There were several really cool things that show a bit of the direction generative AI is heading, right? And I want to comment a bit about the releases, right? Then we can take a look at what happened. It was pretty cool. And then we're going to leave here so ready for the news, eh? The very own blog here at OpenAI already has described the news, right, that were added. Actually, I'm going to show here for you. Let's check this out. The quadrants, the main news are in four big areas, right? The GPT-4 Turbo and GPT-3.5 Turbo in the part of Assistance API, that is. Now there is a part of Assistance and the multimodal capabilities, that is, there were several news, right? So now the GPT-4 Turbo, it's cheaper and supports 128K of context window, greatly increases the inputs and the size of the outputs, mainly to make rags and embeddings, right? This new API for assistance to create your own assistance that is going to the side that we already have in frameworks like the Llama index and the length chain, and these multimodal issues where we're going to have vision, image, greater DAW capacity, and also this part of the text to speech with whisper issue, right? Any news on that? So here it is. In GPT-4, the prices have become 3 times cheaper, and now developers can use this GPT 4.11.06 preview model, right? And they also had updates on the matter of function calls, that is, to connect more and more the chat tightened PNG solutions from OpenAI with the outside world. In other words, I can call APIs, connect with systems. This is a big trend. That is the ability to connect with llamas, large language models. And also this issue that one of the issues that was devs, including me, complain a lot about the issue of parsers, i.e. controlling the outputs in JSON format. This makes our life as developers much easier. I've tested it on GPT-4 Turbo. It's coming in an exceptional way. Just need to say in the prompt template that's going to use the JSON output and put a request in the call. So as I mentioned, in this response format, now it will always be able to respond in JSON if we want. That gives a great capacity. Regarding control, mainly the creation of new inputs from outputs, which is an issue. It's still quite difficult to deal with frameworks today. As I mentioned, this issue of reproducing the outputs, that is, i.e. the creation of seed, as we have in the machine learning models, of the possibility of really use these outputs in the same way. That is, if I repeat the prompt, I'm going to have the same output, something that doesn't happen today. The reproducibility of the results. GPT-3.5 Turbo also gets the context for 16K of tokens. Before it was limited, I believe it was still limited to 4097. So we have the new versions that can be used in some that are already there, from Prey Cats over here. Show what OpenAI is going for in this field. Agents, something that open source has already shown the way through the Lame chain, the Llama index. OpenAI is heading in this direction, in other words, improving G-agents and assistance API. Improving this retrieval capacity, that is to connect with OG items, right? And especially this matter of generating code, of being a code generating assistant that is moving towards autonomous agents to have all this creation part of what we call threads. Not just stay in chat, i.e. also be in assistant conversations. As I said, or in other words, the interpretation of code, I believe that we'll have a very advanced level in no time of code generation and interpretation of code, especially Python, which has enormous knowledge. The issue of retrieval, which is the connection with external knowledge, mainly through embeddings, and the part of vector databases to improve the connection and invoke external functions, mainly to connect with APIs, right? So already it's available. So new modalities in API, GPT-4 Turbo with Vision, which is the part going towards multimodal, that is being able to communicate with images, and also to make the issue of reading documents with figures, a DAWI being in fact being refactored, right? Or in other words, also there with different formats and qualities. What I said about the text to speech part, that is have much more capacity to generate voice. So what we're seeing is that really the ability, OpenAI is going really strong on this multimodal issue, right? GPT-4 fine-tuning, that is GPT-4 is now already with the April date of 2023, meaning it started there. 2021 already has data. April of 2023. I found this here sensational. API prices all cheaper, that is for the little cockroach of the API course to call developer. Increase of limits. That thing I said about Whisper, which is the text and voice part. Whisper is getting pretty cool, more and more cool this part. Reviewing what we talked about. We talk about GPT-4 Turbo and mainly the issue of the capacity it has for reproduction and of the outputs. The cheapest GPT 3.5 Turbo, the assistance APIs, much more focused now on retrieval, which is the connection with the outside world. And in this part of function callings, which is the connection with external APIs, right? And the multimodal capabilities, which is mainly the vision part. Text to voice, that is exchange all multimodal parts, not just in text to text, but also in other modal types of generative AI. If you look at the playground, okay, it's already there. Apart from Jarvis, I'm telling you, okay? Name Jarvis. You are not coder. Python developers. My preview here, code interpreter by my give me a sync function, create hello worldy. Very well. Bye byes. Look there, very updated part of async, right? Let's check it out here. Create a type model with list those dictionaries about user class. I'm gonna see what he's gonna put here. My instruction was kind of ambiguous, right? Go read. Oh, let's see, you use typing, right? Let's see. Let's switch to the Pydantic library. But Lilia, he created, well, didn't he? Oops. Oh, it came with the tiny size one. Look. User has email, age optional. Great. Alright, guys. So that's what I wanted to show you. The OpenAI news, especially moving towards these capabilities. It was a big announcement that happened, and it's worth checking out and using it already. The new capabilities to create generative AI solutions. A big hug to all of you.